We have now looked at methods that can take us from nothing all the way up to 100k. Most of these methods include you trying to make just a couple hundred coins here and there, and eventually getting 10, 20, 30 of those types of deals for you to progress to a couple thousand coins. Now we want to take it to the next level. Once you hit 100k, you have way more than enough coins to start looking at more expensive deals. You no longer want to make just a couple hundred coins, but now you want to make thousands of coins, which would eventually lead to you making hundreds of thousands of coins. And this is what we're going to be looking at in today's video. Before I do get into the video though, if you do like the content here and you want to be one of the first to watch it so you can actually be one of the first to try this method out for yourself, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way you'll be one of the first to see the methods and you can immediately put this method to action. And hopefully this will lead to you making loads of coins. But getting back into the video, this method is called the 1-2-3 method, and it's because of the search parameters that you'll be setting up. Go over to the transfer market and all you need to do is set this up. Minimum bid 10,000 coins, maximum bid 20,000 coins, and minimum buy now 30,000 coins. This is one of the most popular parameters that you can use, and searching this opens up players that have bids between 10 to 20k but has a buy now above 30k, which leaves a lot of open room for you to make profit. Most of the cards that have been listed here are from players that manage to open packs, don't really care about the price, and just listed them on the transfer market for minimum. As the hour counts down, those players start to get bids, but they do not really build up until the last couple of minutes. And this is where you come in. You'll be there from the last 30 seconds to the last 10 minutes, trying to get as many deals as possible. You just want to set up this as a search and go through all the players and look at the players that have bids on. If they have a bid on, it means that player is somewhat valuable. Once you find a player you think is valuable, add them to your watch list and quickly try to find the player's minimum buy now. When you know the buy now, you can bid accordingly to make profit on this type of card. This is such a simple method, but it is really effective. Half the deals you add to the watch list you end up winning, where you can make anywhere between a couple hundred coins going all the way up to a couple thousand coins, and this is what we're really trying to look for. You can also get a variety of different quality cards. You'll see rare gold cards, informs, rule breakers, loads of different variety here. You name it, it's here in the mix. And all of these players have the potential for you to buy so you can make profit on them. Now when adding them to the watch list, I do recommend that you don't add so many. I always stick around to 3 to 5 depending what else I'm doing at the time. This is a number that is easily manageable. There's times where you could have multiple cards expiring within the next 30 seconds. And this could lead to you jumping on the transfer market to search one specific player to find their minimum buy now, whilst also trying to bid on them, whilst then trying to look at another 2 or 3 other players. And it could get very intense within that moment. So I try to spread it out, look for just a couple players at a time that I think could potentially be good deals, add them to the watch list, check a few player prices, and keep on coming back when I need to, with hopefully a couple minutes in between each one of those deals. To make matters easier, what you can do is, if you do have a second account, you can open it up on the web app, either on a PC, laptop, tablet, or even mobile phone. This will allow you to get the deals on your console but see the player prices on the web app. On the day that I recorded all of this footage, I did not do that. I just stuck with adding a couple players to the watch list and going back and forth between the transfer market. I did have a Google Docs open up on my PC and I just typed in the player prices. Remember with this type of method though that there is a 5% EA tax. Now that we're looking at more expensive players, the EA tax is no longer just a couple hundred coins. It will start to go above 1,000 coins when you get over 20k per player. This can really cut into your profit, and in some cases it could even equal to a loss. Now just to help you out, I have linked a percentage calculator in the description down below. This is very simple. I could work it out in my head, but it is so much quicker for me to quickly type up these numbers and see how much EA is going to be taken out of every deal that I sell. You simply put 5% within the first box, in the second box you put the player's price in which you're trying to sell that player for, and in the third box the percentage calculator will tell you how many coins EA is going to take out of that deal. You just need to take that away from the original and there you go. That's the minimum amount of coins you need to get that player for you to make any type of profit. Through my experience of doing this method, the special cards are by far the best. That's not to say that you can't get a good deal on rare gold players, because you can. I've managed to get a couple thousand coins here or there, but I've also had some issues. With gold players, they are always in packs, so therefore you can get a lot of them on the market, but it also means whilst you're bidding, that player price can fluctuate. Special cards seem to be a bit more stable. They somewhat keep their value unless they are part of a promotion for that week. But if we're looking at players that were in Team of the Week a few weeks ago, the chances of that player being at the exact same price in a couple hours from now is very, very high. Rather than a gold player that is constantly in packs 24/7 with players opening packs 24/7. Not to mention when EA does do a special deal with lightning rounds, maybe 100k packs, the price for that rare gold player is likely to come down, and this can all cut into your profit. Whereas that Team of the Week player that was in Team of the Week a few weeks ago, that player is not in packs anymore. So the chance of that player fluctuating is very, very slim. I've also noticed that competition for special cards versus rare gold players is a lot lower. In a lot of cases, there's high 70s, low 80s informs going for 10 to 20k. And I've had a lot more success getting those players a lot lower than their minimum buy now compared to rare gold players at a similar value. Now, I really like finding players between 10 to 20k, mainly because that's a very low EA tax. That can go anywhere from 500 coins all the way up to 1000 coins. But within these parameters, you can, and a lot of times, you will find players that can go for 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60k. And this is where EA tax can really cut into your profit, but you should be looking for a much bigger profit. Instead of looking for just a couple hundred coins to a couple thousand coins profit within the 10 to 20k margin, you should be looking for 3, 4, maybe even 5,000 coins the more money you're putting up front to buy a specific player. Now, this has taken me quite a while just to explain this method, but I thought I would get it all in just this one because you can actually take what you've learned from here and pull it into other parameters. So if you haven't got a couple 100k just laying about to start this method, you can actually lower it down with the parameters. Instead of doing the minimum bid at 10,000 coins, the maximum bid at 20,000, what you can do is actually scale this down and pull it to 1,000. So minimum bid will be 1,000 coins, maximum bid will be 2,000 coins, and minimum buy now will be 3,000 coin. The premise is the exact same, except now you're doing it on a much lower scale. You still go through all the players and look at the ones that have bids. You add that to your watch list, search that specific player, and then bid accordingly. The only difference now is you're looking at lower rated gold and potentially even getting reasonably priced bronze and silver players instead of getting the higher rated golds or some of the informs and special cards. This still works. You can make a decent amount of money here. And then when you do finally get 100, 200k, then you can scale it up and do the 10, 20 and 30k method. Maybe you're watching this and you've got a lot more than 100k. Let's just say you've got around about 1 million. Then you can also scale it up further, because the third parameter is where we could start to see very expensive players. And this is where you do the minimum bid at 100,000 coins, maximum bid 200,000 coins, and minimum buy now 300,000 coins. Now you're no longer looking at mid-tier players with cheap informs. Now it's very high valued informs with also including some icons. When searching this parameter, you'll instantly notice that with the search of these players, there's not as many. One page across and you're already waiting 20 minutes. You can see that all of them are potentially very, very good deals. All of them have bids on. So you can add each and every single one of these to your watch list and just wait for the countdown. Whereas before you was only making a couple hundred to potentially making a couple thousand coins on each deal that you get, with this one and how many coins you're putting up, you want to be looking for profit within the 10, 20, 30k region, potentially even pushing up to 100k. And this is where you can find some of those deals. Now, as a reminder, again, there is a 5% EA tax. You may think it's harsh with the previous players looking at just a couple hundred coins to a couple thousand coins, but when you're looking at players above 200k, this is when you can get a 10,000 coin EA tax, and this really cuts into your profit. Make sure that you're understanding the EA tax, take away from that, and then you still want to be getting a lot of coins out of it. Just like the previous methods, just because you've set the parameters for a bid anywhere between 100,000 coins to 200,000 coins doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be within that price range in the last 30 seconds. You can actually find players here that go all the way up to 1 million coins. If you have 1 million coins going into this, the EA tax will be 50,000 coins. So you just need to bear that in mind whilst trying to make profit on some of these deals. You'll notice whilst showing you the 100k, 200k and 300k parameters, I did not put any bids in on any of these players, mainly because on this account I do only have 300k, and putting it all in this area would be too risky, and putting way too many coins in just 1 or 2 players. If those players take some time to sell, well, that's all my coins. I can't trade until I get those coins back. What I recommend is if you have less than 100,000 coins, you look at the parameter which is 1,000, 2,000 and 3,000. That way you can get loads of players in your transfer list for the coin amount that you have, and you're not putting everything all in just a couple deals. Once you get to 100k, 200k, 300k, that's when you want to start looking at the 10k, 20k and 30k parameters. And finally, once you have over a million coins, that's when you're going to start looking at the 100k, 200k and 300k parameters. This is just a very smart play for you to diversify. You're not putting everything all into just one trade. You're putting it into loads of different trades, all at the same time, and all of them making you a couple thousand coins there, a couple thousand coins there, or maybe just a couple hundred coins there or a couple hundred coins there. This is the best way to go through this method. But anyway, this is the 1, 2, 3 method. If you have been following the videos recently on this channel, I've helped you go from absolutely nothing to hopefully a couple 100k now, at least 100k. Now it's time to use this method to take whatever coins you have all the way up to a huge amount, being close to 1 million coins. If you are watching this video and you haven't got a couple 100k yet, then I have left some videos in the description down below, as well as there'll be a card on screen right now which will show you exactly how to get more coins into your account. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.